Scene script. Have you ever thought about living with less? In a world that often values more stuff, more choices, more complexity, there's a quiet but powerful counter-movement brewing. Minimalism. Minimalism, at its core, is about embracing simplicity. It's about making the conscious choice to live with less, and in doing so, making room for more time, more peace, more joy. Imagine your home. Now imagine it stripped of all the excess, all the unnecessary clutter, all the items that don't bring you joy or serve a purpose. What you're left with is a minimalist home. A home that is simple, clean, and uncluttered. A home that gives you space to breathe, to think, to live. Living with less doesn't mean living without. It's not about deprivation or austerity, it's about intentionality. It's about choosing to fill your life and your home with only what is necessary and what brings you joy. The benefits of a minimalist lifestyle are vast. It can reduce stress, increase your focus, save you time and money, and even have a positive impact on the environment. And the beauty of it is that it's not a one-size-fits-all concept. Your minimalist home may look different from someone else's, and that's okay. It's about finding what works for you. This video will guide you through the process of creating a minimalist home. We'll delve into the mindset behind minimalism, provide practical tips on how to declutter and organize your space, and give advice on how to maintain your minimalist home once you've achieved it. So whether you're feeling overwhelmed by clutter, looking for ways to simplify your life, or simply curious about the minimalist lifestyle, you've come to the right place. Are you ready to begin your journey towards a minimalist home? Let's dive right in. The first step towards a minimalist home begins in the mind. Before we dive into the practical steps of decluttering and organizing, we must first address the foundation of minimalism, the mindset. Embracing minimalism is more than just getting rid of stuff. It's about adopting a new way of thinking and perceiving the world around us. At its core, minimalism is about letting go, about releasing our attachment to possessions that do not serve us. It's about understanding that our value does not lie in the things we own, but in the experiences we live and the connections we forge. This realization is liberating. It allows us to shed the weight of unnecessary possessions and free up our time, energy, and resources for what truly matters. To adopt a minimalist mindset, we must first acknowledge the hold that material possessions have on us. We live in a consumerist society where we are constantly encouraged to buy more, to own more. But more often than not, this accumulation of stuff doesn't bring us happiness. In fact, it often leads to stress and clutter, both physically and mentally. Next, we must challenge this narrative. We must question our need for excess and reassess our priorities. Do we really need another pair of shoes, another gadget? Or would our time and money be better spent elsewhere? By questioning our consumption habits, we can start to break free from the cycle of excess. Finally, we must learn to appreciate the beauty of less. There is a certain calmness and tranquility that comes with a minimalist lifestyle. A clutter-free home is a clutter-free mind. By reducing our possessions, we can create a space that is serene and peaceful, a space that allows us to breathe and think clearly. Adopting a minimalist mindset is not an overnight process. It takes time and conscious effort. But the rewards are immense. Imagine living in a space that is free from clutter, where everything you own serves a purpose and brings you joy. That is the power of minimalism. Once you've adopted a minimalist mindset, you can start making changes to your physical space. Now that you've adopted a minimalist mindset, it's time to start decluttering your home. Let's begin with the heart of the home, the living room. Start by removing all items from shelves, coffee tables, and entertainment centers. As you do this, ask yourself, does this item bring me joy or serve a purpose? If the answer is no, it's time to let it go. Next, we move to the kitchen. Empty out all cabinets and drawers and take a good look at each item. Are there gadgets you've never used? Or perhaps duplicates of utensils? Discard or donate items that are not used regularly. Remember, a minimalist kitchen is not about having less, but about making room for more of what matters. In the bedroom, start with your closet. The rule of thumb here is, if you haven't worn it in a year, it's time to donate or sell it. This rule applies for shoes and accessories too. When it comes to bedding and other textiles, Keep only what is necessary and brings comfort. The bathroom often hides a lot of unnecessary clutter. Old toiletries, expired medication, and unused makeup should all be discarded. Keep only what you use daily and ensure everything has its own space. Don't forget the garage and other storage spaces. These are often the biggest culprits of clutter. Discard or donate items that haven't been used in the past year. Remember, the goal is to create a home that reflects your needs and values, not to have spaces filled with unused items. Decluttering may seem daunting at first, but by breaking it down room by room, it becomes a manageable task. Keep in mind the mantra of minimalism: less is more. The importance of decluttering cannot be overstated. It's not just about having a tidy home, but about creating a space that supports your goals and aspirations. When you discard items that no longer serve a purpose, you make room for new possibilities. Remember, decluttering is a process. Take your time and be thoughtful about what you choose to keep. With a decluttered home, the next step is to organize your space. Having a place for everything is not just a neat freak's mantra, it's a fundamental principle of minimalism. Why, you ask? Well, when everything has a designated spot, it's easier to maintain a clean, clutter-free environment. You know where to find what you need and where to put it back. It's as simple as that. Now let's discuss how to effectively organize your remaining items in a minimalist way. The first tip is to group similar items together. This not only streamlines your space, but also makes it easier for you to locate items when you need them. For example, keep all your books in one place, all your kitchen utensils in one drawer, and all your toiletries in one cabinet. The second tip is to use storage solutions that double as decor. This could be a sleek bookshelf that showcases your favorite reads, or a stylish basket that hides your throw blankets. The key here is to choose items that align with your aesthetic and serve a functional purpose. The third tip is to keep surfaces as clear as possible. This might seem challenging, especially if you're used to piling things on your desk or kitchen counter. But remember, the goal is to create a calm, uncluttered environment. So, make it a habit to put things away immediately after using them. Lastly, don't be afraid to leave some empty space. Empty space is not wasted space. In fact, it's quite the opposite. It gives your eyes a place to rest, creating a sense of peace and tranquility in your home. These are just a few ways to organize your space in a minimalist way. Remember, there's no one-size-fits-all approach to minimalism. It's all about creating a space that works for you, a space that is simple, functional, and free of clutter. By organizing your space, you can create a home that is functional, comfortable, and truly minimalist. Creating a minimalist home is one thing, maintaining it is another. It's a continuous journey, not a destination. It's about making conscious decisions and developing habits that support a clutter-free, serene living space. Regular decluttering is the cornerstone of maintaining a minimalist home. This doesn't mean you need to purge your belongings every week. Instead, set aside some time, perhaps once a month, to go through your items and evaluate what you truly need and what may have accumulated out of habit or impulse. Organizing is another key element. Each item in your home should have its own place where it belongs. This not only keeps your space tidy, but also makes it easier to locate things when you need them. Remember, the goal is not to have as few things as possible, but to ensure that everything you do have serves a purpose and adds value to your life. To avoid the accumulation of unnecessary items, adopt a mindful approach to shopping. Before making a purchase, ask yourself, do I really need this? Can I live without it? Is there something else I already own that serves the same purpose? These questions can help you resist impulse buys and bring home only those items that truly add value. It's also helpful to have a one-in, one-out rule. This means that for every new item you bring into your home, you remove one. This strategy maintains balance and prevents your space from becoming cluttered over time. Embrace digital solutions where possible. Opt for digital books, magazines, and bills to reduce physical clutter. Plus, digital items are easier to organize and take up no physical space. And finally, remember to be patient with yourself. Maintaining a minimalist home is a process that requires time and consistency. It's okay if your home isn't perfectly minimalist all the time. The goal is progress, not perfection. Remember, a minimalist home is not about having less, but about making room for more space, more time, and more peace. Living with less doesn't have to mean giving up comfort or style. We've journeyed through the minimalist mindset, the decluttering process, and the art of organization. We've seen how a minimalist home can bring clarity, freedom, and tranquility to our lives. It's all about creating a space that reflects your values and needs. As you embark on this journey towards minimalism, remember that it's not about perfection, but about finding what works best for you. Happy decluttering!